America's education system's failing us. Universities throughout the country are churning out kids with no concept of reality, or as my father says, how the world works. Liberal professors have been worming their way into universities forever, but the indoctrination doesn't start there. Now we have a new wave of transparency because of COVID. We've learned how hard the shift to the left has been K through 12. Teachers are now more concerned about the culture war, gender affirmation, and trigger words than they are about preparing the students for the real world. One North Carolina mom has had enough. Watch.
There is one goal for the educational system. It should be to prepare children to enter careers to be productive members of society. It is not a counseling session. It is not a self-help area. It is not somewhere to find yourself, and we should not be led by the children, for goodness sake. The children are called dependents for a reason. They depend on us who have fully developed brains. You cannot feel your way through life.
Feeling your way through life is exactly how we have this generation of students and why they're so weak. Like this group of law students at UC Berkeley who faced the most difficult challenge of their budding careers a few weeks ago when they showed up to an optional lecture with a conservative. Heather McDonald, an expert who has studied the consequences of these wild left policies, specifically their impact on the minority population, the people the left claimed to protect. Well, when news got out that Heather was coming to campus with facts, the students vandalized her flyers, labeling her a racist. Heather still showed up. Here's how that went.
We are changing standards for Medical Honor Society. We are changing standards for hiring and for promotion in medicine. I, for one, do not want to be in a medical system where race has been determined to be more important than actual scientific knowledge.
Who are you? Who are you?
Shouted down for saying the only best medical students should be allowed to become doctors, rather than those elevated because they happen to be a certain race. Now, it's not a strange concept. It's how everything in the world works. You put in the work, you study, you apply yourself, and then you see a payoff. But students at Berkeley aren't learning how to be well-adjusted, functioning members of society. They're stuck in a world where everything's racist, including asking what's racist.
As far as your claim that you experience every day racism and discrimination on that campus, I would like exact examples, and please name some names about the professors, because I can tell you that Berkeley fought like hell to contain its racial preference. So having disagreement is racism. It's racist to disagree with your point of view.
Heather McDonald, Manhattan Institute fellow and author of The Diversity Delusion, joins me now. So, Heather, what was your impression of those group of students at Berkeley?
Well, it was both amusing and depressing, Jesse, because they are absolutely committed to their victim identity. And that is based on an absolute misapprehension of reality. They're living in a fantasy, almost psychotic world where they actually believe that at the Berkeley Law School, they suffer, as they say, racism every single day. The fact of the matter is that Berkeley Law School and the rest of the University of California is so desperate to get its number of black students and black faculty up that it admits students and hires faculty with grades, test scores, academic skills much lower than their white and Asian peers. And you tell me, how can that make that institution a racist institution? It is twisting itself into knots to get its black members up, and yet these students are emotionally invested in the idea of their victimhood.
Could they give an example of how they were discriminated against at Berkeley?
Well, one student mentioned that he'd been asked for his ID from a police officer. Now, I'd have no idea what the circumstances of that were, whether he matched somebody's description, a criminal suspect's description, whether there was universal ID checking going on. But as far as the real issue, which is name me your professors, name me the administrators who are racist, no, there was absolutely nothing. All there was heckling.
Okay, because I've asked to show my ID before, and I never really thought much of it. Heather, I want to show you something James Carville said, because for some reason now, James Carville and I agree on something. Listen.
The Western far left is habitually the most stupid, naive people you can imagine. And they come up with these really goofy constructs, and it's all about feeling good about yourself.
So have these academics, these elite leftist academics, taken hold of these cities, these coastal cities, and just destroyed them?
Well, I think Carville's a little naive. I think this is much more serious. This is about a hatred of a civilization deemed too white and male. We are tearing down meritocratic and behavioral standards. Yes, everything that your viewers might be puzzled about with the law enforcement system today, Jesse, is driven by race. The reason that these prosecutors are not prosecuting crime and the reason that police are not making arrests and stops is because doing so has a disparate impact on blacks. Not because the law is racist, but because blacks have much, much higher rates of criminal offending. And we've somehow decided as a society that we would rather not enforce the law at all and put up with these carjackings, the mass lootings, the shootings, than have a disparate impact on blacks. The time for the race hustle is over, Jesse. Standards are not racist. We are lowering our expectations for blacks, which guarantees that they will remain perpetually behind. The solution is one single colorblind standard of merit. I don't care if we have no females in institution, no gays, no whites, no Asians. All I want is the most qualified doctors, scientists, judges, and law enforcement personnel.
Yeah, lowering standards is racist, and we know where that's coming from, and that's something to think about. Heather, glad you survived Berkeley. It can be rough out there.
It was always fun. Thank you, Jesse.
We appreciate it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.